You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we have got some new spoilers for next week with Ridge taking a big swipe at his dad, Eric. And we've got a lot of other chaos coming. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we'll talk about father and son stress, plus Finn and Steffy absolutely stunned and Katie torn, plus some star-crossed lover action. Please click that subscribe. And now let's dive into these B&B spoilers for the week of December 1st. All right, let's start with Steffy and Finn. So everything was going great. We had a very short Thanksgiving week of, just a few episodes. And we saw Steffy and Finn spending Thanksgiving at home with Kelly and Hayes and, of course, Steffy's mom, Taylor. Out of nowhere and seemingly uninvited, Ridge showed up with flowers and with wine. So Kelly asked her grandpa to stay for dinner. And Taylor later told Ridge she's okay and she's where she needs to be. And that's kind of interesting because we know that's all about her thinking about another man. Steffy admired Taylor's grace after she lost Ridge, and it looks like he and Brooke still had their own Thanksgiving, and Ridge showed up to see if his ex was okay. The whole vibe was really weird. So next week, though, things at Steffy and Finn's house take an awkward turn on the holiday. Now, they were all happy to be together, and Steffy was showing compassion for Finn, just dealing with his daughter dying, but really Steffy was very happy to hear that Luna was dead. And then after confessing to Electra, we're going to have Miss Dillon, the art teacher, show up at Steffy's place, and Miss Dillon has Electra and Will there to support her. So it turns out Miss Dillon feels like she needs to confess to Finn that she is the one who accidentally ran down Luna and killed her. And of course, Finn is stunned and Steffy's stunned. And Finn asks Miss Dillon, "You're the one who ran down Luna?" And she tells Finn she's sorry and admits that she killed his daughter. And of course, Steffy looks completely shocked. I don't think she's going to care who ran over Luna as long as somebody did, right? Electra and Will are there too, and of course they feel really bad for Miss Dillon. Everybody can see how torn up the art teacher is, and Finn obviously knows she didn't mean to kill Luna. And Electra did promise to help Miss Dillon, but there may be some consequences strictly for leaving the scene of the accident. But, if Luna's family isn't pressing charges, which I doubt they would, we'll see. Sheila might have something to say about it. So also over Thanksgiving, Carter and Daphne were hanging out at Il Giardino with Sheila and Deacon. And after they left and Sheila and Deacon were eating their turkey dinner, we had Sheila talking about how thankful she is for Taylor because she helped bring Deacon back to her. And the stuff that he's saying to Sheila is very interesting because it's all two-sided, all double entendres in a way. He said Taylor made an impact on him in more ways than one. Yeah, because Deacon's like falling in love with his shrink. And then Sheila asked Deacon what he and Taylor talked about in therapy. And Deacon said Taylor helped him open up about his feelings and to not focus on his past mistakes. So there was a lot more to it than that. Sheila's proud of him, but she probably wouldn't be so proud if she knew that he was crushing on Taylor hard. And so they break the wishbone. Deacon wins, but won't tell Sheila his wish because then it won't come true. And of course, Deacon's wishing he was with Taylor and not Sheila. And we're going to be getting more of that vibe next week because Taylor seems totally over Ridge. She's thinking about Deacon, but knows that she should not. Meanwhile, he's thinking about Taylor, and I don't think he seems too guilty about it, given that Sheila has betrayed him more than once on the Luna issue, and that really broke Deacon's trust and his heart, So definitely look for more of the Deacon and Taylor thing next week. Meanwhile, if you remember, also Thanksgiving week, Forrester Creations brought in an external PR firm to deal with the fallout from Luna's death because the media knows that she tormented the Forresters and nearly killed Steffy, all that. So Katie was nice about Donna and Brooke bringing them in and saw it as supportive, but it also kind of unsettled her in a way. And now Bill wants Katie to come work at Spencer Publications. And she asks if Bill really wants her to leave Forrester and come back to Spencer. And of course, yeah, Bill says Katie should not have to answer to Ridge and Brooke. Now, he doesn't dislike her sister or anything, but as we well know, Bill hates the dressmaker. And since he and Katie are now reunited, of course, Bill wants Katie to work with him at Spencer. He would like Will there too, but for Katie, this may feel like too much too soon. You know, is Bill pushing too hard to integrate their lives just after they reunited? Plus, Luna's pregnancy was a big reason that Katie got closer to Bill again. Now, obviously, there's a lot of love and feelings there, but he screwed up a lot. And they were going to raise Will's baby together, but that threat seems to be over. So there's really no urgency to Katie moving things rapidly with Bill. And, you know, most fans don't think Luna's dead. I tend to agree. We'll see where that goes. But on the other hand, Katie may be ready for a change and to get out of Forrester Creations. She might even encourage Will to come with her. I doubt he will unless Electra came along, and what would a jewelry designer do at a publishing company? So next week, Katie is a bundle of nerves as she considers what to do and whether to walk away from working with her sisters and her son at FC. And Bill is pressing her hard on this. If Will wanted to work at Spencer, then that might tip Katie into agreeing to it. Elsewhere at Forrester Creations, Ridge and Eric have a very tense conversation. We have another storyline that Brad Bell is redoing from 2 years ago. So Ridge is trying to force his dad, Eric, out of the company. And Ridge tells Eric, drive off into the sunset, go do something else. And Ridge says that's what he'd do were he in Eric's shoes. And boy, does Eric lose it on Ridge. The last time that he talked to his dad like this, the last time that he brought this up with Eric, if you remember, Ridge was telling Eric to retire and go play pickleball with Donna 2 years ago. Then we had that fashion challenge. And if you remember, Eric lost it, but Ridge lied and said that Eric won. And that dovetailed into the whole reveal of Eric was dying and then not dying from the thing they didn't name for so long. And then they finally called cancer and then made up this miraculous 11th hour cure. So we're heading into that territory again, which scares me because I wish they would do something fresh. I don't know if Brad Bell is capable of it. You know, I think the only reason he is a soap writer is because, you know, that's his parents' show, because we've seen this all. We've seen all of this before. And fans are really on fire because they are very certain that Luna's death has been faked twice, like Sheila's death has been faked twice. We're going to talk about that in an upcoming video. Be sure to come back tomorrow for our weekly Bold and the Beautiful predictions for the week ahead, and check back for our full weekly spoilers coming soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.